What is going on, everybody? My name is Baloo and welcome to the jungle. This is the channel where we take a very simple approach to technical analysis. We look at the price in the context of volume using the Wyckoff method. If that is something that interests you, then why don't you hit the subscribe button? I do this every single day, except for the days that I don't. So in today's video, we're doing a coin request. This came in the comment section. We had a request to take a look at IOTA. IOTA is a coin that got a lot of hype back in the last cycle, and it's kind of lost a significant amount of interest. So full disclosure, if you don't want me to poo-poo on your project, maybe turn it off. I'm going in with a bearish bias right off the bat, just because I don't hear much. And supply and demand is one of the three laws of Wyckoff. You have to establish supply, good fundamentals on the demand side to be able to properly analyze the supply side. And that's basically the most important thing that we're doing in Wyckoff style analysis, is we are interpreting the supply. So we need to be sure that the demand is there. So right off the bat, a little bit bearish, but let's go ahead and take a look anyways. We'll just go to IOTA. Tether. This one hasn't had much action, but let's go ahead and take a look. It's been around for a while, so we're going to do some macro analysis here. We're on the daily. Interesting volume right off the bat. So we had this severe markdown event. Markdown. This looks like preliminary support. I'm just going to draw a support line, or sorry, it will be a resistance line here. Just kind of a resistance range. Looking at something like that. Painted red resistance. So this right here is our preliminary support range right here. Okay, so we kind of bounced off of that. Then we had a failure down to the seller's climax. Seller's climax right here, up into our automatic rally. And then we kind of bounced around, got a little bit of an up thrust. This was a very distributional pattern, though. You can see the head and shoulders there. So we had a bit of an up thrust action. That's me being nice, calling it an up thrust action. It's it wasn't a good action here. We did come below, got another one, very similar up thrust here. So, we're getting these rallies and we're getting these signs of weakness coming off of it. Okay, we got a sign of weakness right here. Then we had a very nice rally. This came at a higher high, so that's good, but it is a failed up thrust. So we got an up thrust with a failure. The failure did come back into the range. So I'm going to paint the range in a second here, but it did look as though it came back into the range. We came up for another up thrust, not good demand or not good supply. There's a ton of supply. So, people were looking for relief. We're seeing the bear market turn bullish. So people are seeing a lot of projects perform well, and they may not be seeing the same returns inside of IOTA. So, we got this relief rally, then we got a sign of weakness. I don't know the time frame. We're looking at September. So yeah, there was a big dump in September. Assets have been performing since that dump, and IOTA has been flat on low to decreasing volume. So the next rally, people bailed hard instantly. Whales got out. There is a ton of selling at this level here. So I'll draw a range here. Make a yellow range, and the range starts at the seller's climax here. Pull that along. Let's see what we can make fit here. Yeah, I kind of get a lot of touches there. And then we'll open that up to the automatic rally area, trying to find areas that fit well. Okay, yeah, we'll go with something like that. So that's basically our trading range that we're looking at. This area right here, this is our up thrust. We got another up thrust. And now we've got some curling over action. So this could be a up thrust after distribution. which is not good. Phase C, upthrust after distribution. The volume is increasing, okay? The volume is increasing, and it's kind of irregular. A good structure in the volume is a declining volume with a spike in demand near the spring. Here, we're seeing kind of irregular volume and a huge supply signature. When we came up near the top of the range, this top line is supply, this top line is demand. So as the price got really close to the supply line, you saw a ton of people selling. That's not a great sign. I'm trying not to look at this too bearish, but let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper. I'm going to zoom into the local move here and see what we can see. So let's drop down to the 4 hour. Let me just delete everything. Okay, so if we're looking a little bit smaller term, you know, we have this move up, and then we had a change of character. Okay, change of character right here. Change of character, it resulted in a distribution pattern that did get, you know, an LPSY and stuff like that, that resulted in a downside move to a seller's climax. Let me just clean that up. Seller's climax right here, okay? Seller's climax, we do have a bit of a range developing, so let's draw a range on there. Up to the automatic rally. It doesn't look bad, actually. So in the short term, we might get a push, but what is going to happen as a result? We really need good confirmations, okay? So if we draw a line here, horizontal ray, this is at the last high, you can see that we didn't make a higher high yet. So given the lack of interest, given the lack of media coverage, given the fact that IOTA has had some sort of problems with exchange listings, we need confirmation, okay? We need good confirmation. We need the price to come up, start making higher highs, break through this local high, test it as support, and keep going up. Now, I know that that can be really counterintuitive to a lot of traders to wait until it's more expensive to buy, but you need to put your money to work immediately. So, you know, even though we're missing potentially a 67% move before gaining entry, the point at which it bounces off of this high, we're going to be proving to the market that we are in markup. And when you have that confidence, that investor confidence, you have the demand, you have the lack of supply, and you have that markup event, by the time you actually enter the trade, you are putting your money to work immediately. And that's kind of the whole theory. You don't want to wait. You don't want lag time. You don't want to get in and hodl for months on end while everything else is popping off. You want to get into the coins that are hot, that have momentum. You want to ride them up until they get a significant change of character, reanalyze if there is strength, and if it looks as though it's turning into distribution, then you pull the plug. This is how the whales play. This is how the institutions play. This cryptocurrency market is extremely manipulated, but the good news is you are able to track the institutions. You are able to track the whales. You can interpret the volume. You can interpret the price and figure out what is going on in terms of selling and buying, and you can make smarter decisions. So for me right now, the short term on IOTA does look okay. I'm very apprehensive with that because of the amount of selling that took place in this most recent event. Huge supply coming in, a ton of supply. A lot of people have given up. They're like, no, I'm done. You know, this is a relief rally. Good, I'm selling. That's basically what's happening right now. So inside of IOTA, we're seeing the selling coming in. So for me to feel okay, I need at least a break of this high here and a test, a confirmation test. You know, this will come in as a sign of strength, so it'll probably take off pretty good, and then it'll come down to test before the investor confidence can come in. And then, you know, if you could break this high, then you're in markup. You know, you break this high and hold it as support, you can see the upside potential here from that point forward. There's significant upside, and that's what I'm most interested in. I'm not interested in waiting around. The only coin that I'm willing to wait for is Bitcoin, and that's just me. But anyways, that is all the time I have for today. If you enjoyed the content, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and if there are any projects that you would like me to take a look at, leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to check out the free Discord. I've got a free Discord community where I teach the Wyckoff method as well as share charts and different analysis from a lot of really savvy analysts and investors inside of that Discord. So come and say hi and join the Discord. And until next time, trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.